It's summer, and this time of year, we've got huge amounts of work orders. On this episode of the Maintenance Mindset Minute, we're going to talk about what is possibly the most important tool that you have available to you and how to keep it in working order. It's been brought to you by AppWork. AppWork is a method that we can use to keep track of all those work orders that we've got going on. Now, what I believe is one of the most important tools that you and I as a maintenance technician can use is actually our hands. Take care of your hands. To that end, on today's Tool Talk, I'd like to review a stereotypically underused tool that we should be putting into practice, and that is gloves. I'm doing a lot of work on my house right now, and it's some carpentry work to where I'm replacing some deck boards and doing some things that just over time, entropy is job security. The lumber on my deck has finally reached the end of its life, and I need to replace it. Well, it is amazing the difference on my hands to using these have been. These happen to be manufactured by DeWalt. They have an A2 cut rating, and what that means is they're resistant to sharp objects, knives, nails, splinters, all of those hazards that we end up dealing with that if we don't do something about, you get scars and scratches and scrapes and just some really not pleasant things to happen to your hands. It can also protect your fingernails. Now, these I happen to like because DeWalt, the manufacturer of them, has done a really good job of keeping them thin enough to where I can actually pick up a dime off of a concrete floor with these gloves. I'm not here today to advertise DeWalt. As a matter of fact, they're not a sponsor. They don't give these. These are my gloves, what I actually use. So use whatever kind of gloves that you have available to you, and also use the ones that are best for the job that you're doing. These, for instance, would not be ones that I would gravitate to if I was doing concrete or wheelbarrow work. Those, generally speaking, you need a much, much thicker or more durable outside shell than these are. The reason for this message this morning is to remind us as maintenance technicians, take care of your tools. In this case, we're specifically discussing your hands. Take care of the most important things that we end up using for every single service request, even if it's describing something to our resident and having to point to what we're trying to get our resident to understand. Take care of your hands. This episode's been brought to you by AppWork. Head over to AppWork at www.appwork.co and check out their offerings. Have a great day, and I'll see you somewhere.